the visual program for UML, the Smart Development Environment, the Database Visual Architect, all of them support generate the DDL statement for your database design. You can generate the DDL from your ERD. And for the modular edition or the standard edition of the VPUML or the Smart Development Environment, you can generate the DDL directly from the diagram. Before we generate the DDL, you first have to specify the default database. You can go to the Tools, Object Relational Mapping, and then Database Configurations, and then pick the database which you want to use. For example, we use the MySQL in here, and we press OK. We can leave the configuration details as blank for the moment. So now let's say I want to generate a DDL for the inspected entity. You can just right click and then you select the Generate SQL, and this will generate the DDL statement for the create table, for the drop table. And if you have modified the existing data for the existing database, you can also generate the alter statement, but this will connect to the existing database and require the connection settings. We can ignore it for the moment. So you can see now we create the create table statement in here, and you can also drop the table in. If you want to select generate DDL for multiple items, you can just select them all, and then you right click and generate SQL again. Now this time we will generate not just the create statement for the table, but also adding the index, because now you are generating multiple tables and they are related to each other, having relationships. So we'll also generate the index, all the things will be generated. So this is the most basic way for you to generate the DDL. And if you're using the professional edition or the enterprise edition of VPUML or SD, or the all editions of the database visual architect, you can also go to the Tools, Object Relational Mapping, and then Generate Database to generate a DDL statement. Okay, now you will see we selected as database only, and by default we will select the Generate DDL in here. And you can also generate just the database. You can generate the update, which is a patch to modifications. You can generate the script as drop and create, or just drop the database. So let's create as this one, like this, the create database. Okay, we press OK to proceed. Okay, let me open it up, and now here's the DDL script, which is a DDL file on the output location we specified. And if we can also help you to execute the script directly to the database. And let's try to specify the connections. Okay, maybe I could go to the MySQL and say, here's the MySQL. I create a new database. So you can see the demo1 is a new database I just created, and there's no tables in there. And let's try to use the localhost, and the port should be 3306, default port, yes. And database name is demo1, and we use the user root just for testing, and leave the passwords as blank. Note that you may need to specify the driver file, the JDBC driver, which used to connect with the MySQL. And if you don't have a specific driver file, you can just press this down arrow button and let us download the driver for you. Okay, we test the connection. Okay, connection successful, and we press the OK, and this time we generate the database again. And we also select the export to database checkbox. Select this and press OK. Okay, now we go back to the MySQL. We show the tables again. And now you can see the tables are created in the database. So You can to generate a DDL script, you can just right click and then select generate SQL, or you go to the tools, object relational mapping, and then you select the generate database.